All right, let's start this demo. When you've opened the file Photoshop Intro v01 PSD file, this is what you'll see on the desktop. What you need to do is select all the objects by clicking and dragging a marquee box over everything. Keep in mind that I'm on the Move tool and I've done this, and you can see in the layers section of Photoshop, all the layers that make this thing up have been selected. I'm going to go up to the top, click Edit, Copy, File, New. This creates a new file, and because I've copied something before I open up the file, I'm able to select Clipboard and create. Now I can do Edit, Paste, and all the objects have been pasted into this new shape, which is our new canvas. This box is what we're going to be playing with next. It should be at the bottom of everything, so I'm going to drag it behind the circle. I'm going to move the circle out of the way and select the box again. If this happens where you can't get back to the normal thing, just press Escape or Enter. There we go. So the box, I'm going to move to the top and I'm going to stretch it out using the side transform control point. And then holding the Shift key, I'm going to grab right here at the bottom and drag it all the way down. And I'm going to compensate for a little bit because you can see on the top we have a bit of a space. So I'm just going to move it up and press Enter. And you'll notice that you still have control points. These allow you to modify it. And what I'm doing here, I want a round edge on my icon thing. So I'm pulling it in and letting go at about 117 points. And there's our rounded edges. The background of this icon is red, as we can see here on the fill on this side of the control area. So I'm going to click on fill and I'm just going to change it to something different just so that everything else pops a bit nicer. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange these objects just to make them aesthetically a little more pleasing. So I'm going to move this down here to begin with. And I'm tempted to change the color to an orange just to match this color right here. There we go. Close enough. And I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. There we are. All right, I'm going to press Enter. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange these bits around. And the flower should be on top, so I'm going to move it on top. Like so. I'm going to turn off the stroke by going into Appearance and getting rid of that black line. And I'm going to nudge that again down a bit to hide any kind of gap that's there. And that's pretty much perfect. So we've got everything that we need here, and we can save it. Go File, Save As. And I saved this on my computer. So I've done this before. So I already have a naming convention which I recommend for you. And that is your last name in uppercase, then underscore, and then icon. And I'm currently up to version 7 now. So there we go. I'm saving it as a Photoshop file. I click Save, and it's been saved. And I'm going to save it one more time as a PNG. So I'm going to go Export Quick, Export as PNG. And it's ready to go. It's already version 7. All I need to do is click Save, and we've saved it. Okay. And the final example is, in order to version this up and do something special, I'm going to click on T for type. I'm going to type the word WEX, You can type whatever you'd like, just make it appropriate. I'm just going to increase the size by dragging it out like so. And the color I'm just going to change. I'm going to go back to a white. And there we are. There's my next version. I'm going to just go, I'm just going to move it over a smidge to make it look a little more balanced. I'm going to go File, Save As, and I'm going to version this up to 8. Save as a PSD file, and then redo the same thing as a PNG export. So as soon as it's done saving, it might take a minute. Then you can go back up, export, quick export as a PNG. And again, we're using a PNG file so that we can keep that transparency. There's version 8, and I'm going to click Save, and I'm done. And if you want to play around with this and do a few more versions, you can. Don't forget that for fonts, you can double click on the icon T, on the letter T. It'll select everything, and then up at the top you can see all the different fonts you can play with, and as you play around with them you see that they change here as well. Right? And you can also change it from the different formats like bold. This is where you change the size, etc. And when you're done, save it, and then just close it up, and you're good to go.